What's up, everyone, and welcome to episode number 60 of Project XTalk, an Xbox podcast. Remember, if you like Xbox or games in general, make sure to join us live every Thursday here on YouTube. If you can't catch us live, we post every Friday morning on your favorite podcast service. If you could, head over there, drop us a rating, and review us over on Apple Podcasts. If you leave us a 5-star review and rating, I will read it live and give you a shout out on the show. It really does help us grow, and we appreciate it so much. So if you haven't yet, please go do that, and I will give you a shout out. I'm your host, Kevin, aka the Muffin Mon, and today it's just a duo show here. I got Amaan, who hasn't been on the podcast in a while. How you doing, Amaan?
I'm doing great. How are you, Kevin? It's been a while.
I was having a great day until a little thing called Arsenal FC came into my life.
Yep, I was watching the match. Yeah,
If
you guys had the lead, and then
if there was ever something that could bring you down, it's how do you lose to this Manchester United side? They are awful. I know we're not the best, but my word, that was a shocking defensive display from Arsenal tonight.
yeah. I mean, it was Ronaldo, so he couldn't really do much.
But he just stood there. If we what you have to do? You just stand in front of him and kick the ball away, like defending one-on-one. But it's not a football or soccer podcast. But glad you're doing well. You haven't been on in a while. I know you've been busy. So I do want to go around and start, as we do every week here on Project XTalk, by asking one question. That question is, what you've been playing? So you haven't been on a while. I hope you've been playing some games. What you been playing, Amaan?
Oh yes, I've been playing a lot, but then it's only like I've been only playing 2 games repeatedly. So first off, I haven't been on for a while. I played this like a couple of weeks ago. I checked out Forza. Yeah, it's really pretty. It looks really great. And yeah, if Fable looks anything close to what Forza looks like, boy, are we in for a treat. Like, yeah, Forza was fun. Played it a couple of times. I don't think I'm going to go back to it. Racing games, not really my type. And then I tried the 10-hour free trial of Battlefield 2042 on Game Pass, which you get through EA Play. Yeah. And I'm not going to lie, I enjoyed it. I saw a lot of criticism online, but I didn't really get most of it. It was about like, I didn't face major bugs or anything like that. I played it with a couple of friends, and yeah, I had fun, similar to like when I played Fortnite or Warzone. It wasn't the best game, but yeah, passes the time. Okay. And then finally, Halo. This is probably the most fun I've had playing a multiplayer game in a long, long time. Like the last time I had this much fun was probably Call of Duty Black Ops 3. And yeah, I'm loving Halo right now. My favorite game mode's probably the one, I'm forgetting the name. It's the one where you have that glowing skull in your hand.
Oh, Oddball?
Yes, Oddball.
Oddball, yeah. A lot of people
I love
don't
that game
like
mode.
Oddball.
That's probably my favorite one so far. And yeah, I'm just loving Halo. The slow progression at first kind of put me off. But yeah, it took me like, 7 games to go from level 1 to level 2. But yeah, other than that, I'm loving the game.
Yeah, we will give an update on progression in story number 2, but it makes me happy that the self-proclaimed Halo hater here has kind of come over. Shout out Dirt Griggity in the chat. What's up? What's going on, Dirt? Glad to see you. Have to get you back on soon so you can be number 1 in guest appearances. But Halo, yeah.
I forgot to tell you, I'm gonna be kickstarting my esports career soon.
Oh yeah, so, you've been doing that well, huh?
Yeah. No, I've actually done pretty well. I haven't done ranked yet. I haven't played any ranked matches, but I did quick play and I'm destroying everyone.
Yeah, I suggest you go do your ranked placement matches, and then you'll come back down to reality.
Project XTalk esports team.
Listen, yeah. If you get good enough to go esports, I will personally pay to sponsor you. All right, we'll get branded shirts and everything for you to tear it up in the HCS, as they're calling it. Yeah. But no, that's awesome. I'm glad you're enjoying it. For me, what I've been playing is a little bit of everything. I've been grinding Halo hard. Last week I didn't get to play much. I was on vacation, but since Sunday, I've been playing a lot of Halo. I'm level 16 now in the Battle Pass, which is all right. think Sunday I was like level 6. So it's definitely grinding away. There's a few issues I have. I tweeted out the pulse carbine, absolutely worthless gun. It's the most biggest piece of garbage in the game.
There's only one gun for me, the pistol. That
The
secondary weapon you come
pistol
with.
is dope.
Yes, I love that gun.
I just had a challenge to kill 25 Spartans with it, and that flew by so quick. Like, it's such a good weapon. I love getting headshots with that thing. The pistol's always been good in Halo, though. But apart from Halo, I was playing Kingdoms of Amalur: Re-Reckoning. I dropped that after like 10 hours. Just boring. Just got really boring. I was like, I don't want to play this anymore. So I'm gonna add that to the very small list of games I started but didn't finish this year. And then I tried the Persistence, another PS Plus game. It was originally a VR title. It's a horror game. You like walk around to like a space colony. It kind of had Dead Space vibes. It sucked. That game's awful. People were like, "Oh, it's so good." It's an awful game. I don't know who was saying this is a good game. Maybe it's better in VR because VR is like the bar is much lower. But in terms of actual like experience, that game sucks. It was clunky. It controls very poorly. Doesn't look very good. And it's the only PS5 game to ever crash on me. So not even from a software standpoint, not even good.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, man, what can I play that isn't Halo? You know, I want something like when I'm not feeling competitive.
Battlefield.
That's competitive, bro. That's competitive.
Oh, competitive. Okay.
When I'm not feeling competitive, and I still got like I still got another month of PS Now. So I was scrolling around looking, and you know what I decided to play is Sonic Forces. Yeah, that's the reaction I was looking for. Yeah. So I don't know. I was getting pretty nostalgic for Sonic over the weekend. I watched Mr. Matty Plays. He did a video about Sonic Adventure, and I was like, wow, old Sonic games used to be really good. So I was kind of feeling the mood, and I was like, do they have any like the good Sonic games on backwards compatibility? Or they don't. They don't have any of the good Sonic games, but they had Sonic Forces. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna grab Sonic Forces. And apologies if you can hear the airplane taking off. I live near an airport. I don't know if that's coming through, but there's an airplane flying directly overhead. But so, wow, it's really going. Sonic Forces, yeah, not a good game. Definitely not a good game.
Yeah, you can tell. I mean,
it's a very interesting Sonic game in the fact that you don't play as Sonic that much. You play as like a character you make. So you make your own little avatar, and then he gets like a grappling hook, but he can run really fast, just like Sonic. I made like a rabbit. I made a rabbit character, and he got like a whip to whip the robots with. It was the weirdest stuff. I was like, man, I just want to play as Shadow and Sonic and the actual characters. But they were like, no, you're going to do that for very few missions. And not only do they have like the regular Sonic, they brought in, they call him Classic Sonic. He looks a little different than normal Sonic. He's like the 2D one. So all his levels were 2D, and they played so poorly. They were like supposed to be like, you ever play Sonic 1? That's what those levels are supposed to be as, but translated to this it did not work for me. The bosses were awful. Like a bunch of quick time events. And not only did I play this game, I beat this game because
did you get the 100%?
No.
Okay.
You have to spend like 60 hours or something. Like it's like a live service Sonic game. So you have like the 30 main story missions, and then there's a bunch of other like side missions that they want you to grind out, like dailies and weeklies, and do all this like weird stuff. And I'm like, I'm not about that. I ain't into Sonic.
So what I'm getting from this game, is it like DC Universe Online but Sonic?
No, it's a normal Sonic game. Like you play a level, and each level's maybe a minute and a half to 3 minutes.
Each level? Okay.
Yeah. So there's 30 levels. Yeah, I played 30 story missions. Mayday Bomber.
So it was like an hour-long game.
Yeah. It's a very short game. Yeah, I beat it in I beat it in maybe 2.5 hours total. But no, to get the platinum, you have to do all the side content and like grind out challenges. And I'm not doing that because I don't want to play this awful game anymore. I don't know why I played it as much as I did, but I was kind of drawn in, and I'm still didn't meet my Sonic hankering. Tell you what, I really want a good Sonic game, and it had me question like, should I go pick up Sonic Colors Ultimate? I'm not going to. I'm not going to. I don't know. I don't know what's
We'll
wrong
come back
with
to
me.
that next week.
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with me right now. Yeah. Next week. So, guys, I played Sonic Colors
Yeah.
Ultimate. Yeah, I'm not sure what's wrong with me right now, but I'm gonna stick with Halo, and my PS5 is gonna collect some dust because I can't be scrolling through PS Now playing Sonic. That's a new low for me. But other than that, is that all I've been playing? I think that's all I've been playing. Oh no, it's not. There's a big one I need to talk about. FIFA 22. This may be not only the worst FIFA I have ever played, this might be one of the worst games ever that I have played. This game is atrocious. Gameplay wise, it is terrible. Like, I know FIFA's been on a steady downward decline. I don't know how they could have made a game this bad. It's like they've never watched an actual game of football in their life. Thank you, Tom. Alpaca Tom. So, PS5 shouldn't be touched until God of War. I don't know about that. There's a few JRPGs coming out at the beginning of the year that I'm looking forward to. I don't care about Horizon. What was I talking about? What was I just saying? You threw me off, Tom. Way to go. Oh, FIFA. Yeah. So I asked for a refund for this game because I was like, I can't. Microsoft, give me my money back. I didn't even pay real money. It was a gift card. I was like, give me my gift card back. This was a scam. This game doesn't even work half the time because you try to play pro clubs and you don't connect to server. You sit there and wait for 30 minutes waiting for a game. It's just atrocious. And the only thing people do is chip through ball, and the AI is absolutely awful. Like, I can't take it. I was like, I'm done with this game. Give me my money back. I have a ticket in with Microsoft support because they denied my refund. I was like, no, you're giving me my money back. I don't want this. I will buy something else. Like, let me trade it. I will trade you FIFA 22. So, yeah, if you're I was going to do a Game Pass review on it. There's my review. It's garbage. Don't play this game. Actively avoid
I think
FIFA
IGN
22.
gave it like a 1 out of 10 when it first launched.
Well, I'm speaking directly to you because I know you like FIFA. Do not play this game, Amaan.
Yeah.
Do not play FIFA 22.
Yeah, I bought it and I sold it as well.
Oh, good choice. Good choice.
Yeah.
I wish I could get some money back. But now that I got myself all worked up, football, Arsenal, FIFA, they do things to me. Not good things. But it's time for a segue away from that topic. So let's grab some books from the library and listen while I tell you this week's stories. So, story number 1. Xbox Series S is the big winner of Black Friday. I'm pulling from Andy Robinson over at Video Game Chronicle, who says that Xbox Series S was Black Friday's most popular console. This information is according to Adobe's digital economy. Words are hard sometimes. Index data. Apparently, Xbox's cheaper SKU next-gen console outsold the PS5, Switch OLED model, and the Xbox Series X during the biggest holiday sale day of the year. While it is important to note that this statistic could simply be due to the fact that unlike the Xbox Series X and PS5, the Series S is actually in the stores, the data from Ampere Analytics says the Xbox Series S is actually outselling the Series X in several key markets. So, Amaan, what's your initial reaction? Xbox Series S seems to be doing well, outsold the competition on Black Friday. Is this simply due to the console being in the stores, or is there a bigger talking point here?
I think there's a bigger talking point here. This was the point of the Series S, wasn't it? Like being the cheaper console for like people who might not be people who might just be casual gamers, or people who want it as a second console to their PS5 or their PC or whatnot. So yeah, I think it's getting the job done. This is what Microsoft wanted out of the Series S, and they're getting it. So yeah.
Mayday
And
Bomber.
I don't think the argument that Series X or the Series X not being in stores or the PS5 not being in stores makes sense because see, like in the UK now, there's a steady supply of Series X's. Like you
Oh,
can walk into
really?
stores and you do see quite a lot of Series X's now. PS5 not so much, but Series X yes. So yeah, I don't, a lot more people are still buying the Series S. So
Mayday Bomber disagrees, says it outsold them because you can't even buy the X or PS5, which is certainly a talking point that many will use. It's certainly possible that the Series S only outsold them because the other ones aren't in stock, but they aren't in stock, which means people have bought them all. It's not like there's a surplus of these consoles sitting around. The ones that are produced are sold immediately. Um, and I know there were sales last week. We saw the Series X and PS5 go on sale during last week on Black Friday. I'm pretty sure Amazon had a drop or one of those locations. Wario64 was tweeting them out. So they were online for purchase, but I will say that I have yet to see a Series X or PS5 in the wild. I have seen plenty of Series S consoles, including on Black Friday last week, where I saw two people purchase them. And they were very excited to get their Series S consoles. I was explaining to a friend, he's still on an Xbox One, the difference between them, and he was like, "Oh, the Series S sounds perfect for what he's looking for." So that's another potential sale right there. Like he doesn't have a 4K TV. He doesn't care about like the highest resolution or textures or anything that the Series X is giving. So I think it's probably somewhere in the middle that the Series S is more in stock and more available, but also the fact that it's appealing to more casual gamers or people that have other consoles, which, like you said, was Microsoft's whole intention. They're trying to get these in the hands of people that don't really care about what the Series X offers. They just want a Game
exactly.
Pass machine. I will say that one thing about the Series S I wanted to bring up was, do we think that they're only in stock because people aren't buying them, or did Microsoft make more of them? Because I've seen people say this, that Microsoft is intentionally producing more Series S consoles.
I think Microsoft is intentionally producing more Series S console, especially around this time of the year, the holiday seasons. Yeah, because like they want the cheaper. I think it's like they're selling them for $250 now during
Uh,
Black Friday.
$299 to tell here. Maybe you guys have a
Still two
sale.
nine. Okay, yeah, because because in some places in the Middle East they're selling them for $250. So yeah, which I guess shows that they want the Series S sales to increase.
hmm I I don't know, we don't have the numbers on how much they're producing, but the Series S uses a different amount of chips, right? The
The
micro,
semiconductor,
yeah,
yeah.
the
Mhm.
semiconductors is what the shortage is, and I think the
Right.
Series S uses half of what the Series X does. So it actually makes a lot of sense if they have the option to produce one Series X or two Series S consoles. Is it better to produce the higher end console that people will snap up real quick, but you just used your semiconductors all up, or produce as many Series S consoles as you can until the semiconductor supply is kind of alleviated? They'll still produce Series X consoles, obviously, because we're still getting
Yeah.
those every week. We're getting a drop
Yeah,
of
and with
those.
Series S consoles, they can it's like more people can get into gaming
Mhm.
with it. For the casual gamer, it's opening Xbox up to a wider audience, as you would say.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been like talking to my girlfriend, like, do you want a Series S? Like, are you bored around like at your home? Do you want something like it can stream things too? It'll definitely stream better than your Amazon Fire Stick or your TV.
Oh God,
Because
the Fire Stick.
yeah, Amazon Fire Stick and like a 720 TV or something. So like even then, I'm like, you need a new TV, get that 1080p at least. Um, but yeah, I think the Series S is doing great. And as I mentioned, the Series S is actually outselling the Series X in several key markets. And if I had to guess, one of those well, I don't have to guess. We have data. One of those markets is Japan. Does that surprise you?
No, absolutely not. I mean, they were aggressively marketing, targeting Japan. But at Tokyo Game Showcase, they were there for like 2 consecutive years, adding more and more JRPGs to Game Pass. Again, Series S being the a Game Pass machine, so more JRPGs attracting the Japanese audience. Yeah.
I hope that we get numbers on like specific. Well, obviously we want Game Pass numbers, but xCloud. How many people are using just xCloud in maybe in Japan, but in general, like how many people on the Game Pass subscription service are strictly xCloud users and don't own a console or a PC? I'd be really interested to know if they're making the strides in that area that they want.
Yeah.
So I don't have more to say on that. Good on you, little guy, as the Iron Lords like to call call the Xbox Series S console. So we can head on over to story number 2 for the week, and it's just an update on Halo Infinite. So we have more Halo Infinite progression changes. 343 said they were listening to player feedback and after having made the initial change to give everyone 50 XP at the end of every match, more changes are on the way, which they've been made by now, but at the time of writing this, they were on the way. John Junisic, the community manager of Halo, tweeted, "When we made our initial change to progression, which added daily play one game challenges, updated weekly challenges, and doubled the duration of 2 XP boosts, we promised that we'd monitor the data and make additional changes if needed."
Check the chat.
Oh, God. Oh, my Lord. I'm in the middle of a story. This keeps happening. Okay. For audio listeners, we got another sex bot in the chat here on YouTube. They're really loving our channel lately, spamming us with inappropriate stuff. But get this fool out of here, says Polly Baba. What up, Polly? Thank you for listening. But block that user. So where was I? We were talking about Halo Infinite. So yes, they doubled the duration of 2 XP boosts. We promised that we'd monitor the data and make additional changes if needed. Now it's time to follow up on that. After seeing how XP was earned with those changes, we noticed that players were starting their sessions with slower payouts than we'd like. To address this, we'll be increasing the XP payout for the first 6 matches of each day. The new XP progression is as follows. For the first game, you get 300 experience. For the second game, you get 200. Third, you get 200. For the 4th through 6th, you get 100. And then 7th and onward is 50. So, Amaan, you said initially you had issues with the progression. We all did. If you listen to last week's episode, you know that we had lots of complaints about the progression. What is your take now that they've implemented these changes? Do you feel that they've alleviated the issue and progression is better? What's your take on it?
Oh yeah, progression is way better. I was playing again this morning. When I first played it last week, it took me like 8 to 9 games to go from level 1 to level 2, and now when I played it again, it took me like 4 games to go jump 3 levels. So yeah, I think it's good as it is right now. It's a perfect balance of how many games you play and the amount of hours you're putting into level up. So yeah, I'm fine with it as of right now.
I think this is a great step, and I will explain that. This basically guarantees that you get 1 level if you play 6 matches a day. 6 matches a day isn't really that big, it's not that big of a commitment.
Yeah.
I think
and that's without completing like the challenges and stuff.
Exactly. That's my point. I think most people have time to just play 6 matches. So if you just play 6 matches, this now gives you the opportunity to actually maybe complete the battle pass before the season is over. I don't know if there's 100 days there's probably 100 days until the end of May when the season ends. But this basically guarantees that if you play 6 matches, you're gonna knock out this battle pass. It's not gonna be an issue. So I think that is great. Then you add on the fact that you have the challenges, and those give you, a few hundred experience when you do them, depending on what the challenge is. It can vary, but add that on top of what the 6 is already, you're making 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 levels, depending on how much you're playing every play session. And I think that's really great. That alleviates a lot of the issues I had. I still do think that we need some sort of performance-based progression, because now everyone is still ignoring all the objectives and just being like, well, I'm going to go get these kills with this weapon. And have I done this? Yes. Was I in big team battle this morning being like, you guys cap the points, I'm finding the pulse carbine, I got to try to get 3 kills with this? Yes, I was. Did it work? No, it did not. See earlier comment about that weapon being garbage. But I will say that, this is helpful. This is a great step. And I think that this kind of takes a lot of pressure off, because we have campaign coming next week and people are going to jump into that. So their time in multiplayer is going to go down. So they're not going to have, they're not going to be playing hours of multiplayer. They're going to be playing the campaign and then some multiplayer. Did you jump into the? We haven't really talked about Halo. I think this is the first time you've been on since it was released.
Yeah.
Did you jump into the Tenrai armor event last week? The samurai.
No.
You didn't do the samurai armor. Oh, you're out there looking trash, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah. Me and all my friends are rocking samurai armor. We're all
Wait. So there was an event last week which you could get the.
Yes. So there's an event.
Oh.
And if you got to level 5, you could get the samurai armor. It will be back. It's going to come back another 5 times throughout the season. You won't be able to complete the whole event pass, but you will be able to get the armor. So you're not going to get all of it, but yeah, if you want the armor, you can get the armor. I just wanted to know your thoughts on that, because that event ended. They took away the Fiesta playlist, which was basically gun game, if you've played gun game and other shooters. But I think this is a great first step. Like I said, we need performance progression, but I think this alleviates a lot of the pressure on them to really, fix the battle pass, because this is fine. Right. If it stayed like this, I really wouldn't complain all that much. The only thing we need now is playlists. Let us pick what we want to play. If I want to play Slayer, let us play Slayer. If Amaan wants to play Oddball, sit in the corner holding that skull. I don't. Do I understand why he likes that game mode? Not really. No, I don't. Can you explain it to me? What is so much fun about Oddball to you?
I don't know. It's like I was playing with a couple of friends, and then we were like, "Oh my god, let's get the ball!" The hype around it. It was more fast paced than the other game modes. So yeah, I was like,
that's interesting, because everyone I know and everyone I've heard talk about Oddball is that it's the campiest game mode. You get the ball and one person hides in the corner, and then you defend.
Some teams we came up against, they just took the ball and they were hiding somewhere, and that was really annoying. But then like the some players we were playing against, they actually did it, and we were like, yeah, it was a really long game. I think it went on for like 22 minutes.
Some of those games can get long. We had a capture the flag game last night that went the full length, and then we went into overtime, and I was like, I don't even want to go into overtime. Like, I'm ready for this capture the flag game to be over. It's a whole thing. I don't know. I'm loving Halo. I think
it's the most fun I've had in a multiplayer game since like Black Ops
in like a decade, right? I've heard this sentiment. My brother said it too. The last time a first-person shooter felt this good, I honestly can't remember. Like 10 years ago. It's been crazy. This is the best Halo since Halo 2 for me, like multiplayer-wise.
I heard, like, wasn't Halo 5 a really good multiplayer?
Yeah, it was fine. It was better than 4, and in my opinion, 3, but I know people really like 3. Halo 5 multiplayer wasn't the issue with that game. The story was the issue with that game, but I mean, I think Halo Infinite is going to get a lot more playtime for me than Halo 5 did. Like, I fell off Halo 5 after a little while, but Halo Infinite just has something about it. And the fact that they're going to keep putting in like sweet cosmetics, which hopefully they improve the cosmetic and, the customization. That's the word I'm looking for, because everyone's kind of looking pretty similar these days, unless you spend some money. I think that's one thing I don't really like.
I'm pretty sure they'll add some like added perks for Game Pass people.
There is added perks, and we can talk about that. That's a good transition to our third and final, or not final, our third topic of the day, because we have another one, and that is Game Pass updates. So as we do twice a month here on Project X Talk, we run through the list of new upcoming games coming to Xbox Game Pass, so you can plan your gaming accordingly. So available today, you have Anvil for console and PC. You have Archvale for cloud, console, and PC. You have Final Fantasy 13 2 for cloud, console, and PC, or just console and PC, no cloud on that one. Lawn Mowing Simulator for cloud, console, and PC. Rubber Bandits for cloud, console, and PC. Stardew Valley for cloud, console, and PC. Warhammer 40,000 Battle Sector, cloud, console, PC. December 7th, you get Space Warlord Organ Trading Simulator for cloud, console, and PC. December 8th, you get Halo Infinite for cloud, console, and PC. December 9th, you get One Piece Pirate Warriors 4. December 14th, you get Among Us. And it wasn't listed in the update, but we do know that The Gunk is coming December 16th. So there is one that we already know is on its way. And you are also getting Aliens Fireteam Elite. And I believe that is the 14th as well, with Among Us. So, Aman, any of those sticking out besides Halo Infinite, obviously?
Honestly, I don't give a crap about any of them.
No, none of
No.
them.
I mean, I hear Stardew Valley is a big one.
Tom loves Stardew Valley.
There's a big fan base behind that game, but honestly, yeah, I'm not feeling this month besides Halo. I mean, that's fine because that's probably the only thing I'll be playing this month. So
yeah, obviously Halo is the standout here, where I think everyone is going to.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm taking I think I'm going to take half a day, maybe take some time off of work for when that one launches. I'm going to a concert the night it launches though, so like I have limited amount of time, which kind of I'm like, oh, Halo Infinite, but gotta do what you gotta do. I will get the campaign in. Warhammer 40,000 Battle Sector. I thought you were looking forward to a Warhammer game. Is this not the one? Because I know there's like
no, this is not the one we saw. I think that got delayed to 2022, right?
That's what I thought, and then I saw this, and I was like, "Is this not?"
Yeah, I think this is a different one. I'm not sure.
They put out many of those games.
I don't want another co-op shooter. I'm done. I just I beat Back for Blood 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Final
and
thoughts? How was that final boss for you?
It was hard, dude. I was stuck on it for
awful
a few weeks, a good few weeks, and then
worst final boss ever.
Yeah,
it was so frustrating. So you're not going to be checking out Aliens Fireteam Elite then?
No,
because that's a similar game to Back for Blood.
No co-op shooters for me till Redfall. That's the next one I'm going to touch. Nothing before that.
I think the most interesting one here, if I had to pick one, is Space Warlord Organ Trading Simulator. Tell you what, man, I did not know that there could be a game with such an awesome title. You're going to be abducting people and trading their organs. That is like
in space.
Yeah, in space, obviously. In space. So maybe it's some alien organs. Who knows? What a ridiculous concept for a game.
Oh, lawnmower simulator as well.
Sounds pretty interesting. Lots of simulators this month. It's lawn mowing simulator, which people apparently love. People are hyped.
No, see, this is the thing I like about Game Pass. Like some of these games I would have never tried if it weren't for Game Pass. Like
some of these games I'm never going to try, even if they're on Game Pass. But no, it does give people, if they're people that like simulator games, maybe lawn mowing is all you need in life. Maybe you look forward to getting home, sitting, booting up your console, and mowing some fake lawns. Not for me, but I'm with you there. I was intrigued about One Piece Pirate Warriors 4 because I love One Piece. And then I read what the game is, and now I'm not interested. Do you know about these games?
Are these the fighting games Bandai Namco makes?
This is like an action adventure game. I think you play as Luffy, and it takes place in the current Wano arc, where they're fighting Kaido. A little anime talk here, guys. Hope you don't mind. So. it starts off. The game was made while the arc was still being
Right. Oh, okay.
distributed
So
in
does
the
it have like
manga.
a game original
Yes, it has
content?
a exactly
Okay.
it has a game
Right.
original storyline. So it starts
Right.
the same as the Wano Kuni arc from the manga and the anime, and then it goes off the rails. And I was reading about it, and I was like, none of this happens. This is not accurate in the slightest. So kind
Yeah.
of, I don't know if I'm ever really bored and I'm just like, I want some sort of more One Piece content, but that's not a game I see is picking up. And then Among Us,
I
it's a
mean,
little late,
Among
right?
Us is dead now.
Little late, right? Yeah, it's
Yeah. No one
time has
plays
come and
Among Us
gone.
anymore.
Time has come and gone. It's taken far too long to get that onto every console. We're still waiting on Fall Guys. You know that?
Wow, wait, Fall Guys? Wasn't that announced like a year ago?
Yeah.
Over a year ago. Wow. It's still not on Xbox?
Yeah, it was supposed to come in the summer and it
Mm-hmm. And then
still
it got
isn't
delayed.
here. I know
Yep.
the Switch version got delayed until 2022. I imagine the Xbox version also has been
Probably
delayed.
never gonna come out. Maybe another Final Fantasy VII remake situation. It's announced, but it's never gonna come
It's
out.
coming, man. It'll be here. Don't
It was
worry. It'll
announced
be
2
here.
years ago.
It's coming. Don't worry. Yeah, that's it. Oh no, we got one last news story. I did want to bring this up. Story number 4. I don't have a little banner for it because I totally forgot. I just found it before the show, but I did want to bring up. Did you see that Gary Napper, the lead designer on Alien Isolation, has just joined Rare as the design director for Everwild?
Yeah, I just saw that before the show.
That worries me, if I'm being honest. I know
Yeah, I mean
everyone was.
that's a weird one.
It's definitely weird to go from Alien Isolation
To
to
Everwild.
Everwild, because I know Alien's Fireteam Elite is probably the most well-regarded Alien game, but Alien Isolation isn't
It's
well
not
regarded
at all.
at all. And if you're going over to work on Everwild, a completely different game, tonally,
Artistically,
structurally,
it's completely different. Yeah, the
completely.
concept is. I mean, we don't know the concept, but like, yeah, it's just
But from what we've
different.
seen of Everwild, right?
Yeah,
Like,
the
I just have
vibe it
a
gives off is just completely different.
and yeah. So I went on Moby Games and I was like, what is this Gary Napper guy done? Because he's been at a lot of big studios. He's worked for PlayStation. He's worked for Xbox. He's worked at he's worked all over the industry. So it's not like he isn't experienced, but he's never done anything. I was looking at his Moby Games profile. He's never done anything like high quality, anything like that is well regarded. He has a lot of like lower budget games that based on movies. He did a lot of Harry Potter games. It's nothing I'm really like, ooh, you guys just, I'm a little worried. You just appointed him design director for Everwild.
Yeah, I mean the design in like Aliens Isolation is nothing like.
It's not what I want Everwild to be.
Yeah,
It's
I don't
that's
know.
really not what I want. But I did want to bring that up. Obviously, no, I'm not trying to throw shade at Gary. Everwild could come out and it could be amazing. He could be the right man for the
Exactly.
job. I'm just saying, based on what he's done previously, doesn't fill me with excitement. And Everwild is something I want to love because Rare is a studio I love, and I haven't really liked any of their games in quite a while.
Yep, fair enough. Oh, Sea of Thieves.
What about
Nope.
Sea of Thieves?
You just said you haven't like any of
I don't
Rare
like Sea of
games, so.
Thieves. I don't
How
like
do you
Sea
not
of
like Sea of
Thieves.
Thieves?
It's boring. We played
How is it
together.
boring?
We played together. Remember, you, me, and Garrett. We played Sea of Thieves, and I was like,
Oh,
yeah,
it was
one.
so fun. What are you talking about? Tom was also there. That was fun.
Oh, I couldn't. I can't. I can't with that game. It's like it's fun for like 5 minutes. Like you're laughing, and then you're like, okay.
No, I mean I was just killing Garrett the entire time, and he was getting pissed off. And
Oh, yes. Before we go, Aman, I wanted to ask you a question. And I don't know if you saw this. I tweeted this out on our Twitter account, a little poll. And I wanted to know what the average gamer is like every year. How many games do they play? How many games do you think you play a year, if you had to guess?
Well, this year I haven't played a lot of games, but
Okay.
last year I played like because quarantine and stuff. I played like 60 games. I'm pretty sure I played over 60 games.
Nice.
But this year I've played like 15 games.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if you had to guess, do you think your performance this year is in the minority or the majority of gamers?
Um, I think it's in the majority of gamers
You're
because
right.
people like this year was like people just started getting back to work, getting back to school, like from a whole year of quarantine. So yeah, I think majority of the gamers haven't done a lot of gaming
Yeah. No.
like with what they normally do.
Yeah. Very, very true. So I put out the poll, had four choices. Do you play 1
Mhm.
to 10, 11 to 25, 26 to 50, or 50 plus? We got 73 votes, which is actually the most any poll of ours has ever gotten. So people seem to want to answer this one. The winner was 1 to 10 games a year at 32.9%. 11 to 25 at 31.5%, so pretty close.
Pretty close.
26
So.
26 to 50 and 50 plus both came in at 17.8%. I fall in the 50 plus category because I'm at 72 now after Sonic Forces. So
Wow.
yeah,
Yeah, it's because you beat games like Sonic Forces.
that's right. I was just thinking about this. Like, I'm really worried that I won't like Starfield because it'll be too long. Because as I'm getting
It
older,
will be too long.
I'm really liking the games you can knock out in like 8 to 12 hours. That is kind of like the sweet spot for me. 15 is fine, even 20, and then obviously I have the occasional JRPG where I'm like 70 hours, let's go. But for majority of my gaming experience, I do prefer the
Yeah, I think
10,
Starfield is gonna
20.
be 40 hours
Oh, it's gonna be
minimum.
like, yeah, it's gonna
Yeah.
be so long, and I'm like, I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna see it all the way through. So like next year, hold me to this. If I try to get out of finishing Starfield because it's too long, I need you to be like, no, Kevin, you made a promise on episode 60 that you're gonna finish Starfield to completion. Not 100%, just finish the main story at least.
Yeah.
Because it's a Bethesda game and I don't want to kill myself. But I thought that was interesting that most gamers only play 1 to 10 games a year. It seems pretty low to me, but I don't know. I'm not out here to judge. Obviously, I think in these days we have a bunch of live service titles that
Yeah.
really soak up people's time.
Would
People.
you say you still played like 50 plus games a year before Game Pass?
Oh no,
Yeah.
no,
So
definitely
it could be
not.
those people might not have Game Pass or
I was on our Twitter. I'd like to think our
oh yeah,
followers
they
have
probably
Game
have Game
Pass.
Pass, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to. Yeah, they lean more Xbox
Or maybe they're
oriented.
like
So
Tom. They start a game and never finish it.
that's true. I
Yeah.
know a lot of people.
Like Tom finished Cyberpunk
Mhm.
last week. And he started it like what, months ago.
Man, I keep seeing that game on sale for $10. I literally was in
Buy it.
Target. I
Buy
was in
it. Buy
Target
it. Buy
staring at
it.
it, and this is like the fourth week in a row I see it in Target for like $10. I'm like,
No,
do
Tom
I
said Tom. I
do I
was
buy it?
talking to Tom the other day, and he was like, he played it, and he told me I was right about how good the game is.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, yeah. Listen, maybe.
$10. $10.
I know, I know. I just couldn't do it for some reason. Something was like, don't buy this. It's broken. Even though I know it's not like broken now. And then you get the free next gen upgrade. So like,
Yeah.
would it be worth it? Maybe. But also, like, how long is it? It's like 20 some hours, right?
Yeah, like 20 something hours.
That's not that bad.
Just the main campaign.
That's not that bad.
Yeah, just the main campaign. Like if you do the side missions and all, it's 35 at max.
It's not that bad.
Yeah.
Maybe. I'll think
Like
about it.
it took me like 43 hours to like complete 75% of the entire map.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Do you still play that game?
No, not anymore.
Are you gonna go back when the next gen upgrade?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Like when the multiplayer and next gen updates drop, yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Well, that's all we got this week, Aman. It's a short show. We got time constraints. Obviously, we're missing some of our panel due to work, personal issues. People got some stuff going on, so wishing them well. But anything you wanna say before we head out?
I mean, what's left to say?
Well said. Just let people know where they can find you, Aman.
You can find me at Amaan _M05 on Twitter.
And you can find me at the Muffin Mon on Twitter. That's a 1 instead of an I and an O instead of an A. Make sure to follow us at Project XTalk to stay up to date with all our latest videos. We have reviews, dev interviews sometimes, but miscellaneous videos. I know Aman's got one about Starfield coming out. Tom's working on a top 5 Game Pass games of 2021. So stay tuned for those. And until next week, we will see you. Goodbye.